Hey there, and welcome to 2026. So 2025 is over, and it did not disappoint in terms of the uncertainties and the new challenges that it brought to corporate immigration. And I foresee that 2026 is going to be the same or better. Who knows? And I'm saying that because we are starting the year with the new rule for the H-1B lottery, the weighted um, wage um, proposal. And that has been or is probably the biggest procedural change that I have seen in my career as a corporate immigration attorney, and I've been doing this for 20 years. So it's a big bang. It's a significant change in the way that we conduct the selection of workers for an H-1B cap case. So that's what I'm going to be talking about to you today. The H-1B cap lottery, the new proposed weighted average. But before I go there, I want to say first, thank you for being here. Thank you for your engagement and wanting to learn and stay up to date as to what is happening. Things will evolve and have been evolving very quickly, often unannounced, and just staying engaged. It's going to be critical. So thank you. Two, because everything is moving so quickly, I have been doing a lot of thinking as to how can I best keep you up to date and deliver the information that you want and need. So what I'm going to be doing going forward is every Wednesday, we're going to be providing you with knowledge and information in various ways because we'll learn and grasp information in different ways. So this is how we are planning on doing this now. First Wednesday, so it's on Wednesday, so keep that in mind. First Wednesday of every month, you're going to receive an update, something similar to this, a short video from me, or it may be something written out. Second Wednesday of the month, you're going to be receiving the Q&A with Giselle, and typically that is going to involve questions that I receive from clients that, or the field, that are something that is of general interest, and I can provide a short answer that you can all benefit from. Third Wednesday of the month, you're going to be receiving our newsletter, which it has a significant amount of downloads and engagement. So it tells us that is something that you value and want to continue to receive. And then the last Wednesday of the month is going to be, we're going to be providing you with a resource of the month. That is something that we have planned, thought out, and have prepared something that is really practical and visual that you can use as a reference for the particular topic. So that's the outline for what we plan on doing. And of course, there's going to be things that happen in between. And for those, I'm going to continue to do the immigration flashes that you are probably accustomed to from last year as something develops that is creating chaos and that you need quick answers or short answers to. We'll be doing immigration flashes. And with that said, actually, I have not introduced myself. Giselle Carson, corporate immigration attorney, and I have been doing this for 20 years, and it certainly keeps me on my toes. So for today, the weighted lottery, here are the few things that I want to quickly mention. And so just a little bit of a background. This wage ranked selection has been talked about for a little while. It was part of the prior Trump administration proposal when they were looking at changing the H-1B selection. And back then, it was struck down and finally withdrawn because there were significant issues with the proposal. One of them being that it basically eliminated the ability of any level one or level two, those earning level one or level two wages to be entered into the lottery preview. So they just literally eliminated those wage categories from registration. So that was obviously challenged. And at the end of the day, the rule was just withdrawn. So now we have a new rule, and they have taken that into consideration. And the new rule basically provides access across all levels. So from level one to level four, just the access is a little different. So the door opens a little bit, the door opens a little bit more, the door opens a little bit more, then the lower completely opens. That's an analogy. So how this is going to work, those with the higher level wage are going to get they're going to get four times more chances of getting an H-1B cap, and then the level ones, they have the lowest odds of selection. But this is all relative. And as you listen to my Q&A next week, because again, this is evolving, and the 100K could also play a role on all of this. So make sure that you listen to the Q&A next week. Well, I will go more into details as to the potential effect of these levels and other questions relating to that. So again, we're going to have the proposal is a new weighted selection way based on the wage of the registrant. There is still, and there will be, almost probably on the registration day, uncertainties, things that we don't know right now and that we are monitoring, and again, that I will provide feedback and updates over the following Wednesdays, is the registration requirements and the dates. We expect that registration would open for new employers in March, as it has in the past. But we don't know yet. And we do know that the registration application or form will be different. It will likely include the work site location. That's going to have an impact on the wage. Obviously, the wage that the foreign national is expected to receive, and the on it category. So there's a lot of proactive work that has not potentially done in the past that will need to be done now in order to register someone for the lottery. So again, the registration requirements and the dates is still open. To we're still waiting on what that exactly is going to look like. Yes, there will be, or there is litigation happening as a result of this proposal. One of the reasons that is likely going to be litigated is because the way our government works, which is good. It's good that we have the rules are proposed, and interested parties have an opportunity to comment on the proposed rule. Good, bad, or indifferent, but we all have an opportunity to comment. And in this particular rule, there were over 2,700 comments, I want to say. And typically, those comments are analyzed. It takes a little while for the government to review them and make some changes to the proposed rule based on the comments. In this particular situation, guess how many changes were made to the proposed rule, after reviewing and receiving over 2,700 comments? Zero. So the rule was perfect as proposed. Despite the 2,700 comments, no changes were made. And that may tell you something. But here we are. The rule is going to go into effect, likely, potential litigation. But as I'm planning for today with my clients, I am planning on this moving forward. and making the adjustments and the planning and the strategy based on what we know today. Um, there are many other factors that are going to play a role in how this plays out at the end of the day. One of them being the $100,000 that that supplemental fee that was added last year. How is that going to play a role? I received a question from a client yesterday, actually, that prompted me to do this today. So today is a Tuesday. This is going to go out tomorrow. But again, I wanted to. It brought to my attention the fact that this is a question that our clients are asking, and where that the 100K does that? How does that play a role into the equation? And at least for the majority of our clients, the foreign nationals that are going to be entered into the lottery are in the United States. So they are typically in F1 status, attending school, or have completed school, and they're in OPT or a STEM OPT, or planning to go into those positions. For those foreign nationals that are in F1 OPT or STEM OPT or going into that, the 100K is not expected to apply, because it is expected to apply only, well, actually, if they're asking for a change of status in the United States, which is, I would say, 90% of the cases that we file. It is only intended to apply if the foreign nationals come in from abroad, and or they have to consular processing somehow that H-1B. And I know this is very complex, so I will explain this a little more as we go through this. But for now, know that if you are in F1 status in the United States, and the registration and later the petition would be for change of a status from, say, F1 to H-1B, the 100K does not apply. So if you're one of those employers planning on registering employees that are in the United States in F1 status, plan as you have in the past, in the sense that the 100K is not expected to play a role, but we will need to work with you on the strategy about how the wage level is going to impact the selection. If you're an employer that are not working with us, or a foreign national that is not working with us and has an employer that is in this situation, I welcome you reaching out to us and letting us help you, because it will entail a lot of a strategy, and there's nothing worse than having been selected under this very complex process and then coming to file the petition and having it rejected or denied because the strategic work to make it feasible was not done. And I have sadly received cases that I've been consulted on that had happened, and would they have taken the time to pause and invest the money on receiving the right guidance, that would have not have happened. So putting that out there. So what this means right now, what is my message to you, foreign nationals and employers? For employers, early planning, it's more important now than ever before, because there is going to be even more factors that are going to have to be taken into consideration. And those factors will include, again, the work site, the wage that the foreign national will receive, and the ONED category that will apply. Again, so those are factors that typically were not part of the registration before, and they will be, and they will need to continue through the petition, and after, obviously, when it's approved. More on this on the following updates that I will give you. So early planning matters more than ever. So if you have not started to review your list of H-1B cap candidates, please do that right away, so that you can help yourself, your employees, and us And early coordination also begins even more, it's more important than ever. So that was just not HR, but the managers and obviously the foreign national and your immigration team. For the foreign nationals, what I say, and not even for the employers, again, be ready to enter the game, and more than ever, because it will be a, if you're not in the game, you're not going to get selected, period. And who knows? The chances for those in the United States that are going from an F1 to an H1B may be better than ever. We just have to wait and see. But I actually have to laugh because I had a foreign national that wrote to me recently, and said, Giselle, you're the most, I'm so grateful to have you as my immigration attorney, he said. And one of the reasons is because you're one of the most positive persons that I've known. And I mean, that warmed my heart, but it also said to me, if I'm not positive, I couldn't do what I do. So my message to you is, you know, I'm thinking that this could be a good year for the H-1B cap if you're in the United States as a change of status. So keep that in mind. Uh, but I also have to put my other hat on, and say, obviously, we need to be open-minded and explore other options. And for nationals, you're extremely creative. That is, and resilient. That is one of the gifts, I believe, of foreign nationals, me being one of them. Keep your options open, and explore all options beyond the H-1B. For everybody, building flexibility into the process is going to be key, and keeping an open mind and evaluating options. So, with all of that said, I wanted to probably speak less than what I had, but there's so much. So thank you for being here with me. Again, this is just a very short, quick overview of what will be happening over the next few months. If you're an employer, please, please, please start working on your list of your potential registrants for the H-1B cap for this year. Do not sit on the sideline. You may be missing the biggest opportunity to get H-1B caps selected. Consider, as you're planning, what the title of the position will be, the duties, the work location, the salary of that employee, the own category. Those will involve some legal strategy. So please work with experienced immigration attorney in this area that will guide you. And be on the lookout for our upcoming updates. Again, next Wednesday, I'm gonna be doing a Q&A for you. The following is gonna be a newsletter. Following that will be a resource of the month, all to give you a variety of flavors and to keep you engaged. If you're not subscribed to our newsletter, our YouTube channel, please do so that you can continue to get these updates. Again, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to the best 2026 in corporate immigration and talent acquisition that we've ever had. Staying positive all the way. Take care. Bye bye.